Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome in. My name is Haley and this is the House for Hosting, and today it is finally my favorite time of year and I'm going to be taking you along with me as I'm decorating the Christmas tree. We're just decorating the living room Christmas tree today. I only actually have one other tree in the house this year, which is the tree in my kids' playroom, and I'm going to share it. I've already decorated it because I did it with my youngest, so I didn't record that. But I am going to show you what that turned out and like how it looks like because it's super cute too. But today I want to show you what I'm doing for the living room. Now, if you've been here before, you've seen me decorate for Christmas for the past 2 years, and you have noticed that I have consistently used a flocked Christmas tree. And I'm here to say I sold that tree and I'm going a totally different route this year. I'm going to the traditional green tree. However, it is a twinkle tree. I fell victim to all the videos online of everyone with their beautiful twinkle trees, and I knew I wanted one too. And I couldn't reuse my tree that I have in the past because it was a 12-foot tree and the house that we're in now would not accommodate that. So I'm using a 9-foot twinkle tree that I did buy from Sam's because the viral Home Depot twinkle tree was sold out, and I went to Home Depot and looked at it in person and I wasn't impressed. I didn't really care for the branches on that tree, and for the price that they had on it, I was not sold. So I searched high and low and I found this twinkle tree on sams.com and immediately purchased it, and I'm glad that I did because it's now sold out. But I have links for similar trees in the description of this video that I'm going to be sharing. And with that though, let's jump right into all the decorations. So not only was I not able to reuse my 12-foot flocked Christmas tree in this house, as you can see, we don't have a fireplace, which I really, really don't like. I love a fireplace. I think that it's just like the focal point of any living room, and I just feel like that should come customary with every home. This home does not have that. And so I have popped on YouTube and pulled up a Christmas fireplace scene, and I have Christmas music going in the background while I'm decorating the tree, which you cannot hear it in this video because I turned all the sound down on the main clip. But I will tell y'all, the day that I decorated this tree, even though I didn't have my fireplace, but having this on the screen and having the Christmas music playing, it gave me the dose of serotonin that I desperately needed. I loved it. This is why I love Christmas so much. It's the time of year where we can just kind of push aside all the differences and all the struggles and all the stress and just enjoy the ambiance, or however you say that the Christmas tree gives off while you're sipping your cup of coffee, playing with your kids, having fun, all the activities. And generally this time of year, it's getting cold, which forces you to be inside more. And like I always say, when you're inside more, you're together more, and that just brings everyone around together and have more memories together. How many times can I say together? Anyways, I love this time of year. My birthday is December 27th, so naturally I'm a Christmas baby. I've always loved Christmas, not just for the fact that it's my birthday, for gifts or anything like that, but just because it's a time of celebration. Like I said, it's a time where we do get together and we can enjoy this time, and we can have food and memories and games and fun, and it's just happiness. It's just peace. And I believe firmly in the reason for the season is Jesus Christ and the birth of him, and that's what he would want us to have. He came here to give us peace, and I believe that's why for me it feels so peaceful this time of year. Not to say that there's not things going on that are not peaceful, or things that occur that make it stressful, because we know that happens, especially with planning gift guides and what are we gonna buy your kids and what are you gonna do for school parties and all the things that come along with it. But I'm really personally trying to shift that this year and not make it a season of stress and hustle and bustle and to-do list and checklist and all the things that it ends up becoming, and instead make it a season where we can really be present. I kind of had a gut check the other day. My youngest was watching me decorate the tree, which I love to do and she loves to watch, and I love an aesthetically pleasing tree. And especially for my living room, years past, I've had multiple trees in our home, and one of those trees I've been able to dedicate to what I would call our memory tree. And on the memory tree is where I put all of my keepsake ornaments, things that my kids made or ornaments that we got for a special memory. Our wedding was December 5th, so we have a Christmas wedding plus my birthday. So I have ornaments that we got from our honeymoon and things like that. And I love bringing those things out to remember that. However, I'm type A. So I like that to be separate from my decoration tree, my quote unquote aesthetically pleasing tree. And that's worked out fine in years past where I've had the space to do multiple trees. But for this season of our life, we don't have that, and that's okay. So I was pulling everything out, and I pulled out all of my aesthetically pleasing decor, and I kind of tucked away the rest of it, of the memories. And my youngest came in, and she was running around the corner, and she saw that, and she was so excited. She was excited about the memory ornaments, not about the decoration, not about the like, she didn't care about that. And she immediately wanted to start putting the memory things on my tree. And I was like, no. This is my decoration tree. We can't do that. And it hit me when I was saying. I immediately saw the sadness in her eyes, and I realized that, okay, it was like this gut check, reality check. I was like, Haley, we can't do that. So I told her, I was like, let's compromise. Let's do Mama's tree how she likes it. Let me get a couple pictures. Let me do the video for YouTube. When all is said and done, let's pull all those things out and you have a heyday. Put them ornaments wherever you want them. You know they always all end up at the very bottom row of the tree. But that's fine. Let them do what they want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let her have it this weekend. We're going to sit down. She's going to pull that out, whatever she wants. If she wants to make things put on, I don't care. I'm going to let her do it because, number one, it's a reminder. Again, like I've said, this is the reason for the season, and I want to be reminded of that. And so it's that compromise. And then one day we will build a house again, and I can have my whole tree dedicated to all the memories. And my little type A personality can be happy and at peace because everything will have its place and it'll be there. But for now, this is what we got, and this is what we're working with. So I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, are you like me, where you have like your specific tree where everything's in its place and it's perfect, or do you just automatically throw all the memories on your tree? Because I love seeing the different trees. I love seeing how people do it. I think that it's your tree, it's your house, and you do it how you want it. There is no right or wrong, and that's not what this video is about either. It's just to show you what I'm doing. So let me know in the comments how you do it at your house, because I'm really interested. So as for what I'm using to decorate the tree this year, I'm reusing all of the same ribbon and things that I've used in years past. However, I am adding this like deep emerald green velvet ribbon. I love emerald green. It's like one of my favorite colors, especially around Christmas, and I've always wanted to add it to the tree, but I wasn't quite sure how to incorporate it, and I didn't want to start all over because it's expensive if you're getting all new ribbon and all new ornaments. Like, I don't know how people do that, or they just start fresh every year. Like, let me tell you, the stuff that I'm using is the same things that I've been using for the past 10 years. We got married at Christmas, and I decorated for Christmas. Again, like I said, I love Christmas. So, of course, I had a Christmas wedding. But I went and I bought things half off the year before when we got engaged from Hobby Lobby and Kirkland's, and the stuff that I have, I've had since then, with the exception of buying like a few sprigs and sprays here and there. But the ornaments and the ribbon, like, that's stuff that I've reused, and I've kept it, nice looking in my containers over the years. But I love it. Every year I pull it out, and it's the perfect neutral. It's pretty. It goes with everything, and it's something that I just don't get tired of. So I didn't want to get rid of it, but I wanted to incorporate that green. So I bought some of that green wire ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I cut it. I decided to create the little peaks with it. So I showed you, I folded it over and cut it at an angle, and I cut my ribbon in sections, and I just stuff it in the tree. I know some people use wire to hang their ribbon. For the actual wired ribbon, I have found that it's not needed. You can place it in the tree and kind of shove it in and bend it, and it will stay. Especially if you have a flock tree. If you have a flock tree, it's going to hold your ribbon and your ornaments where you place them. The green trees are a little bit more of a slicker surface, so you kind of have to really like position them better to stay in place, but it will still work without having to take wire and attach it to the tree, because number one, that's an added cost of buying wire. Number two, it's added time. And number three, for taking it down, it makes it a pain in the butt. So position it, stick it in your tree, use your branches to hold what you want in place. But the key to having good looking ribbon is making sure that it's wired ribbon. And you're going to position it. I always try to make my ribbon look like it was one solid piece weaving in and out the tree, going in one direction. And it's not, and I do that to save ribbon, because I've done it in times past where I have done one solid piece. And that's pretty, but it uses more ribbon. So if you want to save money and use less ribbon but still have the looks of that, you're going to cut it in sections and then stick it in the tree throughout. And then your in-between sections where you have spaces that are open, just take the big, large ornaments, stick it in your tree. Further in, even better, and layer them. One thing I loved about this Christmas tree is that when it snapped together, I didn't have the wires to plug it in. It automatically would light with each section, and I didn't have to fluff it. This tree came out of the box as it is here, which was insane to me because I always spend hours fluffing a tree. So hardly no fluffing whatsoever, but there was a couple sparse spots where I could see through. But that's where you're going to take your larger ornaments and just stick it in there and hide those. Or you can put florals in, or sprays, or however, ribbon. You can use ribbon to cover up those spots. But I always put some in, step back and look and see what I'm doing and see kind of where it needs. And eventually, you'll get your pattern going, but sometimes after you get a few things on, you're like, oh no, let me shift this or shift that. But just have fun with it. And again, you want to have kind of a uniform pattern going with your ribbon and your ornaments, but layer your ornaments. I do some really large ornaments, some medium size, and some smaller ones, and kind of mix it up. And that really is what, in my opinion, gives the tree that balanced look. Also this year, I don't know if you remember, but in the years past, I actually built a wooden box collar to go around the base of that tree that I had, which was beautiful, but that was a taller tree, so I needed a larger base, so I'm not using that this year. I went to Michael's and I found this woven kind of a lighter color tree collar, which I really love. They had it on sale for like $30, and I think it goes great with the colors in our house, and it really ties in like the neutrals of the tree, so I added that. If you're doing a tree collar and you've never done a tree collar, you want to make sure that you have that before you put your tree together, because you're going to put that down and your base in it, and then you're going to put your tree together, because otherwise, you'd be working backwards. It's like putting your socks on after you put your shoes on. It's just not going to work. But anyways, another thing with the ribbon, because I'm adding this beautiful green ribbon, I wanted to go back and I wanted to add 2 pieces at the top and curl them to make them look like tails coming from the top bow. My tree topper is a large bow, and then I use sprigs and sprays, and I kind of wedge it in there. Usually I decorate the top of the tree before I even put it together. And I do that because I have a large tree and I don't like to be on the ladder decorating for an extended period of time. However, this year I did not do that because I was so excited to see this tree put together, and I put it up like November 1st, and so I wanted to go ahead and have it up, so I just decorated the top on the ladder. But anyways, I did add the ribbon 2 pieces to make it look like tails coming off that bow. I didn't want to redo my whole bow. I didn't want to add the green into the bow. I just did the tails off of it, so it kind of made it all flow together. And then I also fell victim to the whole trend of the little bows hanging off the tree. This is that same green ribbon in a smaller width. It is not wired, which if you want to do these type of ribbons, you don't want this specific ribbon to be wired. You want your wider ribbon that you weave throughout the tree. You do want that one wired, if you're going to hand make bows like this to hang, you don't want that one wired because you want it to have that flow and move a lot easier. And I just cut off a long piece, made a bow by hand, and then I took the wire, actually like the ornament hooks. I think it was like $1 maybe from Walmart for the ornament hooks, and I weave it through the back of the bows, twist it together, and I will be putting that on the tree branches using wire. They probably would stay just sitting there, but I have kids and it's a small home and I worried about people bumping it and them falling off, so I am going to be wiring them on whenever I put them on the tree. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to turn out, so I only bought one roll of this ribbon. I would have loved, now that I've done it, to have more and have tons of bows on the tree. I ended up, I think, with like 6 or 7 bows out of one roll, which was fine. I don't want to go back and buy more this year, but now that I know I have this and I'll be reusing it, I might buy another roll next year because they turned out so cute. And to start, I was just kind of setting them on the tree wherever. That way I could reposition it, step back and see how I wanted it, and then whenever I found the place that I wanted it to be, that's when I twisted it onto the end of the branches. One thing I love about this tree is that the branches that stick out from it that really give it that realistic look are still really strong and sturdy. So putting the bow on it doesn't make the branch sag or hang down. It still sticks up and it still looks great. So it makes the bow stick out from the tree and you can really see them. Sometimes with a darker green ribbon and a dark green tree, it's hard to see it, but I feel like you can see it because of the twinkle lights, the branches sticking out, and I've layered it with a lighter color ribbon to really kind of distinguish between the dark ribbon and the light ribbon and the tree. And honestly, like, I just love how this came together this year. I know some people like get upset when you decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving, but I have always said I can enjoy my turkey and dressing around a Christmas tree just as much as I can without it. Honestly, probably more actually, because I love the way a Christmas tree makes the room feel. It just makes it feel warm and put together and relaxing. And with these twinkle lights, it does that for me. One thing that also I don't think I mentioned about this tree is that it has multiple functions. It can go from colored lights to white lights to twinkle to flashing to steady. It's got a remote. It came with a foot pedal at the bottom. They snap together. You don't have to plug it in. It was already fluffed like this, and it came with a storage bag. So if you're in the market for a tree, I can't say shop this one because unfortunately it has sold out. However, I got it from Sam's. I would say check out your local Sam's, or I have provided links in the description of this video for similar trees. And I've also provided links for some of the decorations that I've used on this tree. And I shared the links to my mantle garland and things that I used last year, which I still want to do somewhere in the house this year. But check that out. It's something that I really loved last year. And so I cannot wait to see y'all's tree. Let me know in the comments when you decorate, how you decorate, all the stuff. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button because I have some fun projects that I'm planning ahead. And I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye guys.